Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Fan Appreciation Month here on Reaction and Review. Tonight, as is with every episode in Fan Appreciation Month, I'm covering a movie that came off of the Amazon.com wish list. And as I promised in my previous episode, I'm doing another film from the Far East. Yes, I'm doing another Japanese film. And this one I kind of have high hopes on because while I was doing the minimal amount of research I do prior to going into some of these, I found out that one of the two directors of this film actually directed a previous movie that I've done on Reaction and Review. That previous movie being Tokyo Gore Police. And you guys and for those of you who've seen the episode, you know I adored Tokyo Gore Police. Tonight's film has only one issue that I found so far, and it's that the title doesn't really roll off the tongue too well. Tonight's film is Vampire Girl versus Frankenstein Girl, and about the only thing I can tell you is that it was released in 2009. I really have high hopes on it because hell, I mean, the basic premise, at least according to the title, is a vampire and a Frankensteinian creation of sorts are going to do battle. That sounds awesome on a multitude of levels. So, I have high hopes on this sucker actually being good, and seeing as how I enjoyed Tokyo Gore Police so much, I'm kind of hoping for a similar styled film, and the trailer I watched for this movie kind of announces that yes, it's going to be a lot like that. So, without further ado, it's time to kick back, relax, and check out Vampire Girl versus Frankenstein Girl. Wow. That was probably one of the creepier things I've seen, and this film has just started. I have a feeling I'm going to love this. Did she just form swords out of the blood that was on her clothing? That's fucking awesome, dude! Hell yeah! Wait a second. This high school has a wrist-cutting rally? Jesus Christ, that's actually kind of funny. Okay, guys, as of right now, I have a theory. I have a theory that there is LSD in Japanese blood. Because this guy just ate a chocolate which had a little bit of blood in it, and now it looks like he's tripping balls. Again, it's just a theory. Okay, I'm telling you guys right now that everything involving this Wrist Cutters Club is really fucked up, man. So while he attempted to reanimate a dead body, he just basically made like a modern art masterpiece out of it. And yet, I still would not mind having that gory-ass thing just sitting around somewhere here. It actually looks pretty cool. So, this wrist-cutting rally is apparently actually a contest? Well, that was something I wasn't quite expecting. You know, guys, this actually is kind of surprising, but this film, it just keeps on finding more and more ways of just being fucked up. And yet, I'm still enjoying it. The fuck is that thing? A severed arm helicopter. And I thought that using bloody fucking stumps for frickin', jets was, creative. That was a little different, kind of fucked up, but definitely cool. Wow. That's probably the most impressive use of anything as a fucking weapon I've ever seen. Damn. Well, That's Vampire Girl versus Frankenstein Girl. Wow, that fucking ending was awesome. Okay, let's pop out. Let's pop out the disc. Let's talk about the movie. Well, first of all, now as I stated at the start, everyone who saw my review of Tokyo Gore Police, you guys knew how much I loved that film. Vampire Girl versus Frankenstein Girl tops it. This movie is probably one of the best films I've seen in this series. Just holy shit. I loved every second of this film. And similar to Tokyo Gore Police, about the one thing I can say, the one thing that almost has to be said, is I would almost have to compare it to the kind of stuff that Troma puts out here in the U.S., where they're basically horror films and comedies at the same time. They are like the perfect type of horror comedy. There's tons and tons of high pressure blood. In fact, in this film, almost every single cut is almost guaranteed friggin' like gushers that just pump out gallons and gallons of blood. It's really funny to see. The writing is really sharp. The acting is really good. Special effects are fantastic, but I do have a theory. My theory is, and I would have to look into this. Now, after seeing a whole lot of the effects in this film, I have this feeling that Vampire Girl versus Frankenstein Girl was supposed to be seen in 3D. I say this because there are a lot of instances where there's stuff flying at you or towards you, and that's usually a sign that you're watching a 3D film. Now, I don't know if that actually was originally planned or if it actually was released in 3D overseas. I don't know. It was just something that I kind of picked up on. I really do have to warn, because even though I highly recommend this movie, the one thing I have to say is, if you are offended by blood, gore, guts, all of that shit, you're not gonna like this thing. If you seriously are nauseated by the very concept of fucking high pressure blood, you're not going to enjoy this film. Now, as I stated, the fucking DVD actually does have the English dub, but I didn't bother to watch the English dub, so I don't know if the English dub is any good. However, though, that actually is kind of a positive for people who don't like to read subtitles. So there actually is that, and plus there are actually a couple other bonus features. Most of those are on the second disc of this 2-disc set. You guys can probably find this thing on DVD almost anywhere. I mean, it was widely released by Funimation. I would highly recommend it, because really, I did not find a single negative to this film. The acting, the writing, the effects, the cinematography, everything was fantastic. And I think that the best way to sum it up is actually on the tagline written on the back of the DVD here. It says, 2 classic monsters, 1 fucked up movie. They couldn't have summed it up better if they tried. This movie is a must-see for fans of horror films, for fans of horror comedies, for fans of gore films. You are going to love this thing. It's going to be right up your alley. And I really just cannot praise it enough. I could probably sit up here and probably talk for hours about it, because, hell, I really had no idea exactly how good this thing was going to be. And the fact that it's similar to Tokyo Gore Police is ridiculously creative with their fucking gore gore effects is absolutely stunning, because I actually am just used to U.S. gore films where it's usually just the same old shit again and again and again, with the one lone exception being the Saw films, which always tries to give you a little bit something different. But Vampire Girl versus Frankenstein Girl, the best way to sum it up, guys, is this: when you think you've seen everything, it will top itself. And it will continue to top itself all the way to the very end. And you are going to absolutely adore every minute of it. This thing is an absolute roller coaster ride. If you really want to use a really cliche and stupid review blurb for that. I really cannot praise it fucking enough. You guys have got to watch this film. You really do have to find a copy of it somewhere. Now, because this is Fan Appreciation Month and this movie came off of the Amazon wish list, I do have to do the shout out. And it actually is a friend of mine. And his YouTube channel is called Dr. Studio Man Tonic. And what he does is essentially just, like random ass videos, and some of them are really good. You guys actually should swing over there and check out his stuff, and if you happen to like it, sub it. He really is talented at the various random things he does. So yeah, dude, thank you, because this thing, I loved it. Now, next time on Reaction and Review, I really don't want to show off the cover yet. I'm just looking at it myself. Guys, it actually saying a lot when I can say that the next episode is going to be the most unique for this series. I really have nothing else to say. I really don't know what the fuck to say about it, and I'm still kind of surprised that that somebody not only requested it, but also bought it off of the wish list. But that, my friends, is going to be a surprise for the next episode. So, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care, and I will see you all in the near future. Peace.